as promised, a long form video talking about why I decided to go with woodpeckers. I know that as a novice, many of you would probably think that it's an overkill. You probably are right. And I think I understand some of the reasons why some folks may think that, and that's okay as well. Yes, I'm a novice. I've only been at this woodworking thing for a couple of years, off and on. So I understand why my experience level when it comes to woodworking may be below, what this probably entails. And I understand also that the price range in this is a bit high, but man, there were some reasons why I went ahead and said, hey, let's do it. I was able to afford it at this time, so I did it. But as I mentioned on the unboxing video, it's about making my life easier. I'm definitely not a professional woodworker. Make sure to put that on my bio. I'm a novice, rookie, whatever the other terms you want to use. I mean, heck, I'm working out of my garage. You can see the mess behind me and just stuff on wheels and whatnot. And I'm using just a regular, just fold-out table. But I'm not a novice in another industry. I'm a professional in another industry, and something that I live by is making things efficient and just getting rid of inefficiencies. And I'll go more into detail on that here in a little bit, but just to quickly touch up on this, what I got here is the Woodpeckers Precision Woodworking Squares. This is the 8-inch, the 851, and the 6-inch 641. I'm gonna keep them here. I'm not gonna take them out just because. But yeah, they come in this really nice, I guess, case, if you want to call it a case, that we can hang up or whatever. And it's really nice. Trust me, this is really nice. Actually, I will take them out. These squares are, man, it's sturdy. You can tell that this is this will hold up to some work, and which is what I want. But not only that, I also want something that is precision made. I recently found myself one of my projects where I needed to make some miter cuts, and me thinking that my miter gauge was good to go, 100% squared, good to go, I just went ahead and started cutting. And when I started putting everything together, there was a gap, a good sized gap. And so I'm obviously racking my brain, like, what I do wrong? Like, I know at least I'm good enough at knowing, what 45 degrees is, and I can make a 45-degree cut with my miter gauge. But I started looking around, tinkering and whatnot, and after a little bit of time, I figured out that, hey, my miter gauge was not squared. So I pulled out this square here that I've had for a little while now, and I'm covering the name and the brand because I don't want to bash companies or anything like that. That's just not right. Maybe some of you might recognize it just by looking at it like this, but I pulled out this square that I thought was square, and I did the work. I squared it up. I squared up my miter gauge using this on the table, miter slots, everything, just trying to do my due diligence on squaring it up. by the way, excuse the noise and stuff. Like I said, I work out of my garage. I don't like having the door closed. I like it open. I like breeze and all that stuff. So, you know, all natural here. So I went through the trouble of just hooking up my miter gauge, all that good stuff, and went ahead and made another set of cuts. I was still off. That told me something about this one here. Then I pulled out my speed square and went at it again, and sure enough, I noticed a difference between both of them. But that was after, man, quite a bit of time. Remember, I'm a novice, okay? I don't always know off the top of my head what I need to do to fix this thing, what I need to do to fix that. So I was kind of like, man, like what's going on? Is it me? Do I just not know what I'm doing? What's going on? Is it the blade? I'm checking the blade and everything, all of that, what, good to go. And so it took me some time to figure out what was going on. And not only that, I'm wasting material because I made some cuts, and now I'm like a bit upset because this size is not correct and whatnot. So because of that right there, man, that's an inefficiency. I can't stand inefficiency. That's one of the things that I would preach at my previous job. Remove inefficiencies, make things efficient. Now I understand that doesn't mean buy the most expensive stuff or buy the best tool out there. Maybe the tool is not the issue. Maybe the capacity might be smaller, whatever it is. I mean, heck, my jointer and planers are not big, but hey, they do the job and they do it good. But if they don't do the job for whatever reason, then that's an inefficiency. And that's why I went with this. This is an inefficiency now that I need to remove out of my life, from my shop. Man, my life, it's exaggeration, huh? But I need to remove this out of my, not necessarily my shop, but I need to remove it out of, certain projects. It's still somewhat straight edge. Actually, this side is the one that was giving me issues. So, I'll have to remove it. Obviously, a speed square, man, this stuff is amazing. This stuff works great. I have seen other woodworkers praise this one specifically here, this brand and everything. But still, when it comes to that precision that you need on your table saw, maybe your miter saw, and I makes sense to me to have something that is precise. And now, okay, I'm trying to remember what woodworker I was watching. I was watching a YouTube video not too long ago. It might have been Katz Moses that said, like, hey man, we are not sending people to the moon. You are correct about that. And we are not. We're just making stuff out of wood, hopefully making it pretty and useful if it needs to be useful, but that's about it. But man, I'm trying to do something that I'm proud of, put out some nice products out there for clients, whether that's my wife or my kids, or hey, a client, maybe a neighbor down the street or whatever it is. So man, I want to make sure, but not going back to the whole inefficiency, but which is why I just want to cut out inefficiencies. And we all have busy lives, and I'm sure that most of you folks out there may be trying to make this your primary income, this as in woodworking. and inefficiencies are probably some of those things that are holding you back in many ways, where a project that may last 10 hours might take you 12 hours because of some inefficiency on tools, whatever it is. Now, don't get me wrong, being a novice might be an inefficiency. It's not an inefficiency. I'll say that right now. And you're learning. I'm learning. I know that I'm learning. And hey, taking your time because you want to make sure, measure 4 times, or maybe the cut that you made was not 100% precise because, man, you were a degree off on whatever it was. That's just how you learn. You learn on that. But when you are relying on certain tools to be precise to do a job, then you want those tools to be good to go and you not have to worry about making those, making sure that they're good or relying on them. This is my first set of Woodpeckers tools. So I have no real experience with them. Heck, I have no experience with them. The only experience that I have is I've heard from other woodworkers here in YouTube, from friends that are woodworkers that have been doing it a long time, longer than me, and everybody speaks very, very highly of this brand. So hey, I think it's good. I could afford it at this time. So man, I took the plunge. I did it. Also it was about impulse buy, as much of an impulse buy that I can have, because man, I wanted to like chuck this thing across my shop after wasting all that time trying to figure out what was wrong with my miter gauge. So hopefully soon I'll be able to, well, I know I will soon be putting this to use. I know I will go back, and I'm looking here because I have my table saw right there. I'm gonna go back and check my miter gauge to make sure that it's good to go, that it's 100% square on my table saw. So just because I want to make sure I'm not 100% confident on these other tools that I have. And I even pulled out a framing square that was way worse than these other ones that I have here. It's one that I've had for a while, that I've used on other little projects here and there, and man, that was bad. But these will not only get used in my shop, but I also do a little bit of DIY remodels and stuff here, not home or whatever, and these will come in handy on that as well. And by the way, when it comes to DIY stuff, I'll hopefully be posting stuff soon as well. I have a project here in mind already, rearranging, redoing the pantry here at home. I want to make it pretty for the family and the wife, and that's something that I obviously will be using this for. But hey, if you guys appreciate the content and just this is not a review, not even an unboxing, it's just me speaking to how I feel and why I decided to go with this brand. Please hit that subscribe button, follow, and if you guys could follow me on Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff, I would really appreciate it. And please give me some feedback. If there's anything else that you guys want to know, if you want more information on these, I'll be happy to post more stuff, to talk about it more. Anything about my shop, whatever I'm doing, projects, I'll try to share that stuff with everyone. But it's all about, I'm trying to have fun this is more about, is not just a hobby right now. It's something that I really want to pursue, go after. Thankfully, I have the time right now, and I'm able to do it. But I want to have fun. I want to have some fun. I want to enjoy. I want to learn, and if it helps, your criticism help. Hopefully, it's constructive. Man, please don't come at me saying like, "Hey, man, you don't know how to edit a video." Yeah, no kidding. Trust me, I don't. Or you don't know how to do something. Yeah, trust me, I don't. But if you give me a little pointer here and there, man, it'll be awesome. I know I'm kidding about my videos and stuff. I know I'm terrible at it. I'm brand new. I'm using my phone to record this stuff, and trying to use the phone, maybe an iPad to edit videos. And you know, I don't know any better. Oh, I'll take any pointers on that as well. But hey, woodpeckers, precision squares, man, I can't wait to start using them, and I'll test them out soon. Maybe I'll probably record a video of me squaring my miter gauge using these, squaring it up on my table saw, and maybe I'll learn something too. Maybe I'm doing something wrong as well on that, and maybe you guys can help me out. But hey, stay tuned for more stuff.